The title of this reflection is Enough is Enough. Enough is enough with the heretical Roman Catholic papacy and the Roman Catholic Church at the Vatican, which is no longer Catholic. For the last dozen years, we had Francis, who was turning the Roman Catholic Church into a liberal, socialist, Marxist NGO. And now Leo the Liberal has confirmed this week at a consistory with the cardinals that he intends to carry on Francis's agenda. The agenda of synod on synodality, meaning a church where everyone gets to vote on what they believe doctrine is. But the people who are voting are hand-picked liberals and lesbians and homosexuals. They also want to bless LGBT marriages. What part of homosexuality is an abomination from Leviticus does the Pope not understand? They also want to have women's ordination for the diaconate, which is just one step from women's ordination to the priesthood. What part of 1 Timothy 2:12, I do not allow women to teach men, does the Vatican not understand? They don't understand anything because they don't want to. They don't want to live in Scripture. They don't want to live in pre-Vatican II. I'm going to read you a quote from an archbishop that really sums up what's happening. Quote, "The papacy, instead of being the visible center of unity, has become the center and origin of ecclesiastical discord and disunion, the fomenter of schisms, and the seat of ecclesiastical despotism and tyranny." Unquote. That quote is from Archbishop Arnold Harris Matthews, the old Catholic Archbishop of London, and that was written in August of 1907, 118 years ago. So what's changed in 118 years? Nothing. The only thing that has changed was Vatican II. Vatican II, from Pope John XXIII's vision, was just to open the church, not to change the church, to bring the church into the modern post-World War II era, where people could understand the Mass in their own language, where the church could be a little more open and welcoming to Catholics who believed in doctrine. But then John died and Paul VI was made Pope, and Paul VI was one of the weakest popes ever. And he was just a puppet of what we now call the deep church. And what Benedict XVI called the filth of the church, the homosexual lobby. And this has been going on for decades. And as we see from Archbishop Matthew, for over a century. That's what he was talking about a century ago. The filth of the church, the homosexual lobby. And now we have popes that are pushing this. Enough is enough. No more. It's time for Catholics to leave the Roman Catholic Church. And you're not leaving the church, they've left you. And enough with the propaganda of, if you don't go to Mass every Sunday at a Roman Catholic church, you're going to burn in hell. Well, they don't care about the salvation of your soul because they're not teaching gospel. What they want you to do is come every Sunday and put money in the basket, so that they can pay their legal bills for all these pedophile priests and these bishop cover-ups. You see, the homosexuality, the filth of the church has ruined it, and Leo the Liberal is just expanding upon Francis's heretical agenda. Enough is enough. It's time to tell them no. There's all these bishops that have been put in charge of the United States in the last few years under Francis, and when Leo was Prevost, Cardinal Prevost in charge of the bishops, they were putting these homosexual-loving, LGBT-loving, women-loving bishops in. And we see where that's gotten the church. take down altar rails, no receiving communion on the tongue, but we can bless gay marriage. Now, you can't receive communion if you've been divorced because your husband beat you up, but it's okay for lesbians to receive, or for people like Pelosi and Biden who push this homosexual agenda. Enough is enough. No more. I've been saying for a couple of years now that the church is heading for schism. Well, the cardinals, the conservative cardinals, are not going to do it. So it has to start from the ground up. The people have to have schism. The people have to shun the Roman Catholic Church. Enough is enough. I'm not saying don't go to church. I'm just saying don't go to the Roman Catholic Church. And you have many options. No matter what the Roman Catholic Church or the Vatican or your local bishop says, you have many options. There is the old Catholic Church, of which I am an archbishop, just like Archbishop Matthews was an archbishop. There is the Polish National Church. There is the Coptic Church. There is the SSPX, the Society of St. Pius X, who still does the Latin Mass, who still is pre-Vatican II. Go to their masses. These men know what they're doing. Leo the Liberal said after this consistory this week that the spirit of Vatican II is going to be the plan for the church. That is totally wrong. The plan for the church is from the Council of Trent in the 1500s. The Counter-Reformation against Protestantism and against heresies. That's the church we need to bring back. That's the church the old Catholic Church brings forward. That's what the Society of St. Pius X brings forward. That's what the old Catholics and the church wants to have. That's what the people want. That's why these young people want the Latin Mass. And yet the guys from Rome say no. Well, it's time for the faithful to say no to the guys from Rome. It was so bad that a cardinal this week actually came out and said, we have already had a gay pope. A gay pope? Who's he talking about? Francis or Paul VI? Or both? Or is he talking about Leo the Liberal? And it really doesn't matter who he's talking about, because there should never be a gay pope, there shouldn't be gay bishops, and there shouldn't be gay priests. The Vatican has become a magnet for homosexuals. Enough is enough. No more. I urge you, as we start this new year, to say enough is enough to the Roman Catholic Church and to move on. Move on with your Catholicism, but do it with a church that's Catholic, because the Romans are not. It's time to get rid of the burden of the Roman Catholic Church. As Jesus himself tells us in the Gospel of Matthew, quote, they tie heavy burdens and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves are unwilling to move them with so much as a finger, unquote. Jesus had these same problems 2,000 years ago with the Jewish leaders that the faithful have today with the Roman Catholic leaders. And what did Jesus tell the people? Shake the dust off your sandals and move on. And it's time. Join us in the old Catholic Church. Join the Society of St. Pius X. Join the Polish National Church. But boycott the Roman Catholic Church. Because enough is enough. God bless you.